Okay, so let's get into some recordings, and this is a very touching recording I'm doing. I'm sorry, touching recording. And it's about this Jamaican youth named Michael McLeod, or McLeod, I think that's how you pronounce it, who had rough growing up, but and turned his life around. And this is an inspiring story to a lot of my fellow Jamaicans. So here it goes. 24-year-old small business owner Michael McLeod has had a rough life. From roaming the streets, bouncing around, sleeping on strangers' verandas, messing around crowd, and being disrespectful to his mother, he's now mentioned to other young people. They don't mention his father, what the deal is. I do not know why, but I digress. That's not the main focus of the story. McLeod, who hails from Denby, Clarendon, is a professional welder and owner of Manual Grills and Gates, a youth mentor at Stars of Hope Outreach. Urges youth weekly not to allow the past to determine the future. No one can relate to that more than McLeod himself, as he recalls how life got rocky for him after he could no longer live with his grandmother. He admits to giving a lot of trouble. Yeah, like a lot of you. Not all, but too many youths when they're yeah, are basically are too I won't say troublesome, but like I said, like are kind of like a challenge to deal with growing up. I mean, no shade, but anyways, let's continue. So, at age 14, he reconnected to his mother, who he had seen for years, and went to live with her. And I'm still wondering why his mom wasn't in his life at that time. He's not explaining why. Quote unquote, I respected Mama all the time, and she in turn would call me worthless and gruff. All negative words he said, and I had no idea why he was behaving the way he did. All right, and again, did not mention what happened to his dad, but again, that's probably not the really focus point of this story. So it was a blessing for McLeod when outreach by the Voice of Victory, apostolic church ministry came to his community at the Fort Pass Community Center and hosted service. Quote unquote, I got baptized on third and I started going to church. My mom was financially challenged. We lived in a rented house, he said. Eventually, his mother got notice to quit the premises and she went to live with a friend, taking her two of her children, St. McLeod, to live with elsewhere. And again, that's so funny style of his mom. Yeah, I guess like he was probably burned to deal with it, but like the fact that he was going to leave, not take your child with him. Yeah, even though he was giving trouble, yeah, that does looks very funny style on the mother's part, though I have to say. And again, what happened to the father, I do not know. But say McLeod eventually ended up on the streets and started to move with the wrong crowd. All right, which is messed up. I think it does indicating that his mom had probably taken over with him or wherever the dad is. If the dad was present, I don't know what the deal with the dad is. And probably he wouldn't be taking up where he wouldn't be on the path where we're going to talk about now. And instead, stood out his mind sleep on stranger's veranda in Bushy Park, Clarendon. And being able to sleep, he paced restlessly around the yard and resulted in a concerned neighbor calling the police. Sorry, I read that wrong. He said he saw four police vehicles drove up, trying to tell him to his presence. He stood up and said, "Sir," quote unquote, "that night I saw my life flash before my eyes. The policeman turned to me so fast he squeezed the trigger of his gun, but nothing happened. I can only say, wow, that was a night. Yeah, that I think his guardian angels were watching over him that night, cause if that cop decided to pull that trigger, we wouldn't be hearing about him today. So his life was completely turned around a few days. He went to mangoes in the same yard and saw a young man welding. Asked if he could work with the man, was told if he was serious he could. All right, and this is good though. I mean, like he saw an opportunity and he decided, you know what, I'm going to start. All right, I see more. I've gotten my calling to where my life, what I want, what my passion is in life. So I'm glad that he did that, though. I mean, that he made the smartest decision ever. All right, so I started going and he found I was homeless. So he said I could come stay at his house and learn the trade. I bless God for Oral Salmon, business owner, Elegant Grills and Gates. He said in gratitude. So basically, one for this guy. I assume it's the same guy that mentored him. That he would have been gone down a different path. From there, McLeod's life went uphill as he worked as an apprentice, eventually learned the trade. He eventually hooked up with church body and held outreach in his community and started Bible study. It was then he realized he was dealing with pent-up anger and rage, which took it to his mother. And again, and yeah, I mean, I can understand that though. I mean, that's understandable because it seemed like the mom was just moving some bullshit right there. I have to say that here. I mean, like, the fact that she wasn't really a big presence in his life kind of made sure that the mom was on some BS. And again, no mention of the dad, but I said his past Anne-Marie Richards and her husband, overseer. I do not like that word. I do not why they're using that word, but I said Elrica Richards taught him to get rid of bitterness by just choosing to forgive, which is fair. Today he just puts his past behind him and says I love his son to his parents and they love him too. All right, that's good. I mean, yeah. All right, it's a very touching story. Yeah, I know I kind of interjected some things there, but it was really telling things about this guy. I mean, I'm glad this guy turned his life around. That he said, you know what, rather than really becoming one of the going on the wrong path and he ended up or and risk end up being in jail or dead. He said, okay, God gave him an opportunity to make something good in his life, and he took it. That's smartest thing he could ever do. I mean, yeah, I understand he had a messed up past. I mean, but I'm glad that he found the opportunity and he's turned his life around. So I give him props for that. And yeah, I am was critical of the mom though, because he's saying that the mom they didn't explain why the mom wasn't in his life for years. And I can understand why, because it does make it seem like the mom was on some bullshit though. Like she decided that okay, I'm not whatever reason, maybe it's because she financial issues that she wasn't able to really be in his life the way that she should have been. We don't. It does not explain. I can speculate, and also the fact that when she moved with his other siblings and chose to not take him, that does made it look like that the mom was just yeah. That looked like the mom was basically made up her mind that she was basically she doesn't sound like she's a good mother to him. I'm sorry, say yeah. I know he was on some. He did some. He was a difficult child to deal with, but I think like when you said to just not take your child and just not live with, over his other younger siblings, the other siblings, all right, to take to our children, leaving him, sent to live elsewhere. Yeah, that was a bad move because that's just basically her saying that I favored his other siblings, right? And you have too many so-called parents who do that here in Jamaica, like. And like I said, I have nothing but scorn and disgust for parents like that. 'Cause if you're not going to be a proper parent to all your children, you shouldn't even bother having children. All right, so that's just saying that balanced presence in their lives, and too many so-called mothers and fathers do that bullshit, and I don't respect that for them. And yeah, there's no to see they don't see how worse his father. And I don't know if they could have said, okay, I didn't know where I can't locate the father, or the father wasn't able to be in his life. I'm wondering why I'm to the father too. And I don't know if the people who wrote this said to omit that, or maybe Michael said I didn't really want to talk about my dad, whatever. So it does, yeah, there's some unanswered questions about. All the point is, I'm glad that this guy turned his life around and decided to be a positive contributor to society. And we need more people like that, though, man. Now, bear in mind, it's not easy because of economic deprivation. People aren't able to really be, to really, a lot of people really, especially a lot of young ones, really want opportunities to make something good in their life. But due to the bullshit that goes on in this country with the economical situation and a lot of bullshit politics, there are a lot of opportunities that should be. And I'm glad this guy's found a way to turn his life around. Because we need more opportunities. And more importantly, we need people when they get opportunities that they take advantage of it and don't squander it. So that's what I say. I like hearing stories like this. We need more brothers, and I hope that this guy stays on the straight and narrow path, and that he continues to be a positive contributor to society. So, again, it's really honor to do stories like this, and we hope to hear more of that. We need more stories like this. So, anyway, I know there's some unanswered questions that I addressed in this video, but again, hopefully we'll hear from him if he feels comfortable talking about it. Hopefully he'll give shed some light. Like I love to know where his dad was at this time, because his dad should have been in his life. Whatever the reason, we don't know. But anyway, so this will go into State of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check out my other YouTube pages, Miles Gustin Farron and Miles Productions. Okay.